Community service plays a big part with the Tacoma Rainiers, whether it's having players participating in charity golf events or visiting a local school. The organization knows the importance of giving back to the community. The same can be said for Tacoma Public Utilities employees. As we're about to see, this group recently made a big difference in the lives of 2 Tacoma area homeowners.
At this 100-year-old South Tacoma bungalow, plywood entryways both front and rear are rotting. Broken windows are patched with tape. There are water leaks, and decades have gone by since the walls have had their last coat of fresh paint. These are the modest surroundings that Joan Cooper has called home for 41 years.
A little cold, you might say. We were sitting here shivering, but this blanket has helped us.
Not far away, Michael Hodge has also had difficulty keeping up his home repairs on a limited income. Old windows are drafty, the yard is overgrown, and there's an unsafe deck and leaky sliding glass door out back. On a pleasant April weekend, Tacoma Public Utilities employees and even some of their family members set out to make things better for both homeowners. 85 volunteers converged to improve the surroundings of 2 South Tacoma residents selected for the Rebuilding Together South Sound program. Rebuilding Together is a nonprofit that matches volunteers to those who need a little extra help.
Yeah, the folks that are identified through Rebuilding Together South Sound are typically homeowners who have been in their house for a long time, low income, and often have mobility issues. And so our goal is to keep them safe and independent and warm and in their house as long as we can.
At Joan's house, everything is moved outside, and a crew moves inside to patch, prime, and paint.
Well, it's just kind of sad that she's living by herself and isn't able to take care of her home. So it's nice that we can come out and help her out.
Volunteers from Tacoma Power, Tacoma Water, Tacoma Rail, and Click Network work side by side. Even senior managers are pitching in.
It's awesome, don't you think? I mean, look at everybody out here working and talking and having great fun, meeting people and working for a good cause here and actually developing a better skill.
Outside, another group is busy replacing Joan's dilapidated front porch with a sturdier, safer one. Tacoma Power employee Neil Grigsby serves on the Rebuilding Together South Sound board, and his brother Tyler is leading the deck building effort.
Her husband passed away years ago, and she has some caretakers that come into the house and help out, but as far as any repairs or upkeep of the house, it just hasn't happened. So there's definitely some much needed improvements that are taking place today, and by the time we're done, we're going to leave her with a much safer and healthier home.
Another team trimmed trees and spruced up the yard. The new flowers and shrubs were purchased by employees themselves or were donated by local businesses. Gina Munson was among those donating more than just time.
I bought some bath towels, washcloths, and that sort of stuff, cat food, cat litter. I had some pictures at home that had cats on them.
A few blocks away at Michael's home, a large crew enthusiastically tackled the overgrown yard. Some new landscaping beds will feature water-efficient shrubs and colorful annuals. The shaky cinder block porch is being replaced with a solid structure. Inside, the damaged kitchen floor is being replaced, and a new coat of paint will adorn a couple of the rooms.
It's a good feeling. There's a couple good things you get out of it. You know, working side by side with your coworkers in a different way, it really helps bring some bonds together and also really kind of brings us together as part of the community.
The Tacoma Public Utilities Group is also helping these 2 homeowners improve their energy efficiency and lower future utility bills. Joan and Michael both qualified for Tacoma Power's Weatherization Grant Program, which paid to replace some old inefficient windows and add insulation to their homes. Power employees installed a few donated energy-efficient light fixtures, and water employees helped fix some pesky water leaks. The skills that employees bring to an event like this can cover just about anything that needs to be done.
This is probably the most closely aligned with our mission because we are using our conservation resources, our building resources, everything we can do to make these homeowners live safe and independent in their homes, but also reduce their utility bill.
By afternoon, several hours of effort by 85 sets of hands becomes evident. At Michael's, the rear steps have been transformed. A bedroom is renewed, and new flower beds are in place.
Oh, I'm amazed. It's great. Almost a complete 100% transformation.
Over at Jones, a new front porch is taking shape. Inside, the stained walls are now full of pleasant pastels. Even the kitchen is brighter and cleaner. Late in the afternoon, Joan arrives home to see the result.
What do you think? Look at the color. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I like
Yeah?
yellow. I like
It's
yellow.
beautiful, huh? Look at the flowers.
I think it's fabulous. I thank God for many miracles. It's a miracle.
The 8-hour Rebuilding Together South Sound project turns into a satisfying 12-plus hours of accomplishment for the 85 TPU employees and their family members.
It's also my birthday. That's how I wanted to spend my birthday.
It's the third year Tacoma Public Utilities employees have participated in the annual Rebuilding Together South Sound effort that drew volunteer groups to 30 homes all over South Puget Sound on a single weekend. Most of the TPU volunteers say it's very satisfying to know that they've just helped 2 neighbors in need stay in their homes a bit longer.
Yes, yeah, there's a lot of teamwork here and a lot of pride going on. It's really enjoyable.
The annual Rebuilding Together South Sound project is just one of 12 community service activities organized by TPU employees throughout the year. For more information on the program, you can go to rebuildingtogetherss.org.